Okay, everyone. Hello and welcome to our podcast. So this is an intro to Glyphic podcast that we host every month. This is basically a good space for anyone to just understand how Glyphic works and how can you use it for your organization. Okay, I'm just going to quickly start with my introduction. I am Sneha and I work as a business development lead at Glyphic. My work majorly revolves around talking to new NGOs, understanding if Glyphic is the right platform for them, and also helping them get onboarded onto Glyphic. So if you have any questions about the platform, feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. Okay. Okay. So let's just start. I would just also want to, understand from which all organizations you are also joining in. So it'd be great if you can just, rename yourself and just put your name with your organization name. So that would be helpful for me. Okay. Okay. So I am just going to quickly share my screen and I will start now. And just a second. Can't deny the fact, right? Okay. Okay. Is my screen visible? I'm assuming it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks, Karthik. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, all right. So let's start. So what we're going to talk about is majorly how Glyphic has been used by different NGOs and why you should be, thinking about using Glyphic. So Glyphic majorly helps NGOs to enable impact at scale through automating their conversations through WhatsApp chatbot. And what we have seen, most of the NGOs, they aspire to scale, they aspire to, automate a lot of processes, manual processes, which they are already, working on, and they want to improve on the, include technology in their work and also improve the operational efficiency. And that's exactly where Glyphic comes into picture. Glyphic is an open source digital communication platform that helps NGOs to create impact at scale by bridging the last mile gap through digital, through smartphone. So that's exactly what Glyphic does. So we have more than 70 NGOs. To be precise, we have 74 NGOs that are using Glyphic as of now. And through those NGOs, we are in 5 different sectors. And through the platform, these NGOs have leveraged WhatsApp to exchange more than 10 million messages. If you look at this slide, you would see some of our NGO partners. We're working with some of the key NGOs in different sectors. For example, you would see Antarang, you would see Slam Out Loud, Stir Education. These are some of our biggest NGO partners. For example, Antarang uses Glyphic to support students in making their career plans. And they have been reaching out to more than 15,000 students to help them in their career journey. Similarly, we have more NGOs. I'm going to talk a little bit more about specific use case in the next section of the presentation. Talking about different sectors and states, we are in 8 states in the country through our NGO partners, and these NGO partners, they belong to these 5 sectors: agriculture, civic engagement, education, healthcare, legal, and finance. Okay, all right. So let's just pause here and just understand what is a chatbot. I just wanted to, do a quick poll here. Just wanted to know how many of you know what a chatbot is. if you could just, share your responses, that would be helpful. Okay, we'll just wait for another 10 seconds. Okay, so as we can see, we have people here who already bought it, so which is great. I'm just gonna skip going into the depth of it, but I'll just give an overview as well. So WhatsApp basically has three different types. One is the basic WhatsApp that we use on our phone. The next is the WhatsApp business, which is used by smaller organizations, entities, where one person is speaking to different clients or customers or users, but the control is just with one person, and it's an app-based service. The next one, the WhatsApp chatbot, is basically a platform-based service, which has a potential to reach n number of beneficiaries through the platform. So that's what chatbot is all about. It just a software application that helps you automate repetitive conversation by offloading manual effort and let the system handle it with little error. So that's what a chatbot is all about. Why organizations have been using WhatsApp chatbot? Because it allows you to overcome the barrier of adopting a new technology, overcome the language barrier, low literacy. It operates with low literacy. You can use multiple different languages, and it requires low connectivity and it works on low end devices. Most of our community members are already on WhatsApp, so it's easier for them to communicate on WhatsApp versus downloading another device or going to a different platform. So this is more user friendly in that way. Okay, so let's just talk more about some of our chatbot use cases. And I'm going to start by talking about Quest Alliance. So Quest Alliance basically fosters 21st century skills among young people. And they have developed this bot, Iki. This WhatsApp chatbot is designed to teach fundamental coding to students, and it's available in 2 languages, Odia and English. They've used a lot of gamification, used a lot of creative elements to make it interactive for the students. And so this Iki has reached more than 6,000 students, and so they run like a fundamentals of coding program, which is like a 75-minute long program. And the 75-minute content is divided into a couple of different things. One is for you look at the screen. I've just taken screenshots from their bot. If you look at their screenshot in the, you would see that the user said hi to the bot, and bot responded with its name, and it greets the user and it asks for opt-in. So opt-in is basically a consent that you're seeking from your user so that you can share the content with them. And so in the first one, you would see that the bot is asking for permission. And once the permission is given, bot will then ask a couple of questions to understand what sort of content we should be sending to that particular user. It would ask you for what is your location, what is in which school do you study. It would ask in which grade are you studying currently. And basis that information, it will then move into providing customized content to them. So in this case, when I selected grade 8, it actually went ahead and actually wanted to start. It started with first giving an introduction of the world of computers. That's what the basic thing it starts with. And they have used a lot of animation, a lot of pictures to make it interactive. In the first one, it's talking about the world of computers, and then it intrigues the user to, you know, then move forward in the content. In the third screenshot, you would see that now the focus, when the user is interested into learning more about computers, then it is, you know, going into the problem solving. That's the first bit which the content covers about. So I would just pause here for 30 seconds. If you could just, you know, read third and fourth screenshot. Okay, the focus here is mostly on problem solving, and it's more of storytelling, and also making sure that the elements are engaging for the school going students. So that's what they have done. Now, how they're tracking the data, they are using Google Data Studio. And that's what all our NGOs have also been doing. They track user engagement through Google Data Studio. This is a screenshot from their data studio, through which they're able to track how many users have interacted with the bot. So you would see 8K number, which is more like the overall active contacts which have used the bot. You would then, you know, you can customize this dashboard according to however you want to do it as per your program. They are also checking the data as per the flows. Now, there are certain flows which they have used in their chatbot. One was about the problem solving piece. They want to know how many students actually use the problem solving flow. Or how many students were from 8th grade, or how many students are from this particular school. So all those things they're using to understand where is the user coming in from, and how active they are on the bot. So this is how the data dashboard looks like for them. I mean, towards the end, I'm going to show the dashboard again. If you're interested, I can, you know, show in depth how they have been tracking data, and also would give you a demo of Iki, the bot, the entire demo. Okay. Okay. All right. So that was our first use case. Now let's talk about the second one, which is Digital Green. Digital Green is an agri-based NGO. It works towards empowering smallholder farmers by creating a world where farmers use technology to build prosperous communities. So Digital Green was facing a couple of challenges. One of the key challenges which they were facing was, how can they send personalized information to farmers at scale? How can they share farming advisories at scale? And how do they share information when farmer needs it the most? Like, what's the right time to share the information so that they're able to take care of their crops better? And also to, you know, see if the content which they're sharing with the farmer, is it relevant or not? And then just feed back into the system. So that's what Digital Green has been working on. And they are working in 3 different states. One is AP, then Telangana and Jharkhand. I'm going to talk about the Telangana bot today. For the Telangana bot, you would see that, so the couple of things that they're doing. One is in this region, they're supporting chili farmers, and chili farmers for this chili crop, they would first ask on the bot itself, hey, where is your crop currently? Like, what's the stage they are on right now? And depending on the crop calendar, and then it will share personalized advisory on how can you take care of your crop better. So that's what they have been doing. That's the first thing. The next one is sharing weather advisory, providing weather-based advisory messages to farmers based on their location. So if we have the bot asks the farmers, hey, are you interested in receiving the advisory? And if the farmer gives the consent, says yes, then it would go ahead and, tell the, share a video message sharing, hey, this is how you should share your location. And once the farmer shares the location, basis that location, it pulls the data from a third party integration software, and it's able to share farming advisories to these farmers. So that's how the weather advisory is being sent to these farmers. The next one is the adoption assessment. So they also see, and so once they have sent the advisory to the farmer, hey, these are certain things that you should be doing today or tomorrow to, take care of your crop better. By the evening, they would also, check for the effectiveness of the content that's being shared with them. They would ask a question, hey, did you adopt this advisory or not? If they say no, or if they say yes, depending on what's the response, like it also, helps in refining the content which is being shared with the farmers. So that's more like feeding back into the system and improvising the current content which is being shared. Through the bot, they're also able to collect demography data, understand who all these farmers are, what's their age like, from which location they are, and they're able to check that data and understand the user demography. So that's what overall how DG has been using the bot in the Telangana region. So through the bot, they have reached to more than 3,000 farmers in that region, and more than 2,700 farmers are actively using this bot to receive crop advisories. Okay. Now let's just I'll just quickly talk about how all other NGOs are also using it. So we spoke about Quest Alliance, we spoke about DG. So apart from what Quest Alliance is doing on the board, there are a lot of scope for education-based NGOs. So they can send activities on the board, they can send worksheets on the bot, and they can, understand what's the class performance like, deliver teacher training and track progress. And also just if they want to see how's the progress like for next three months, or sorry, for past 3 months or past 1 year, they can, use data dashboard to understand and track data for their classroom. So that's possible. We also have NGOs working in the healthcare space. So Arogya World is one NGO that's using WhatsApp chatbot to send diabetes, to send nudges to different people to understand how can they, control their diabetes. So they work on NCDs, non-communicable diseases, and they send, they've done a pilot last year where they've sent messages to people, to users every week to see if they are able to, through those messages, they're able to cut down on the, control their diabetes. So that's what you can do. You can also set up counseling and helplines, even help desk, and also set up some FAQs. Let's suppose for a particular disease or particular use case, you want to just automate the FAQs because people are just asking a lot of questions to one person, and one person is actually answering those questions, and you want to just scale that program. So that's possible. And this can be used across all sectors. You can also set up your grievance redressal system on the bot itself. So like DG has been sharing farming advisories. You can also share mandi rates. What's the mandi rate? If you'll, share the, if you will share the date and time and the details of the crop, you can all actually see what's the mandi rate of that particular crop. So that's also something which agri-based NGOs are using right now. There are use cases where Glyphic has been, Glyphic can be used in finance sector, where if you want to run a financial literacy program on the bot, can you put your content on the bot itself, and then you can just ask your ask your people to go through the program and share the responses. So that is something which can be done. So wherever you see a scope of digitally interacting with your end beneficiaries and want to happen it at scale, you can use Glyphic. Okay, I'm just going to the next, which is just talking about the platform features. So whenever you log in onto Glyphic, this is how your dashboard looks like. This dashboard has on the right side, you would see all the chat messages where your bot has interacted with, all the people with whom the bot has interacted with, and in the center you would see those chats, and you can scroll up and scroll down to understand the entire conversation with the user. On the left side you would see other elements like speech sense, flows, triggers, searches, templates, interactive messages. So I'm just going to talk about flows now. So flows is basically a conversation builder. This is this is where the main action happens. This is where you design your conversations, and it's a very easy drag and drop platform where you can connect nodes and put your conversations in place. If you look at this mobile phone which is here, this is more like a preview window. So whenever you are making a conversation here, you can actually preview it here and see how can sorry, you can actually see how the conversation is coming out, and then you can go ahead and again change it. We have also introduced interactive messages. Interactive messages are messages where the student or a end user don't have to type the response, but just select from a list of menu items. So if you would see this message, are you interested in knowing more? The option is yes or no. So those type of messages are known as interactive messages. You can give options so that your users are not making errors like spelling errors, and you don't have to then sort that data later. So that's how the platform looks like, and you can design these interactive messages by going here in the interactive messages section. Okay. Okay, I am just going to talk about some of our advanced features that NGOs have been currently using to amplify their impact. So one is NLP. So through NLP, NGOs can actually ask the end user to record a particular message, share it with you, and then through NLP, the message will be audio message will be converted to text, and through that text, the required response will be sent back to the user. So this is one. So one NGO, Suno has been using NLP to speak to send information to their users. There's also voice support. A lot of NGOs currently we all actually use Google Sheets to manage our work, manage our data. So Glyphic offers Google Sheets integration, where you can, now instead of designing updating the content every time on the flows, you can put it on Google Sheets, integrated with the Glyphic platform, and all the content will be pulled from your Google Sheets. Now, let's suppose you want to update 1,000 contacts, you want to update any information about those contacts, you can do it on Google Sheets and integrate with your platform, so that those many contacts will get updated. So also all such sort of customization is possible through Google Sheets integration. Then we have multiple profile access on the same device. So at times what happens is in a particular community, in a particular house, there's just one smartphone, and there are 3 students who want to study from the same smartphone. Can they all study from the same smartphone, from the same bot itself, but have different profiles? So that is something which we have worked on where user from the same house can have like 3 different profiles and can log into the bot to access the content. And then also like we also offer tracking individual user journey in that case. So yeah, so these are some of our features. I'm not going into the depth of like platform features right now, but I can answer any of your questions towards the end if you have any on the platform feature. Okay. Okay, so let's just talk about why Glyphic. So Glyphic is a no-code platform. It's easy to build, easy to launch, and easy to pilot and scale. It doesn't require any technical expertise. It just requires one person from your organization who can, just take it up and manage it for you. And we have done extensive documentation on GitHub, and I will share this documentation link also with you so that you can have a look at it. So NGOs directly use the documentation to understand if they want to use a particular feature, or if they're struggling with any feature, they can use this to get support. We are a strong community. We offer extensive support on Discord. So whenever you get stuck during the process or during the journey, if you have any questions, you can directly reach out to us on Discord. We hold quarterly sprints. Sprints are basically spaces where NGOs come together. Glyphic team helps these NGOs to refine their bot, help them integrate new features onto the bot, and help them with any strategic planning which they're working on, so that they're able to reach more number of beneficiaries. So that's what sprints are all about. It's a co-learning space where people showcase their work, they learn from each other, and they help each other, with any sort of challenges they're facing. Yeah, so that's what sprints are all about. We have spotlights every month where we talk about particular NGOs. They come and showcase the work that they have been doing. Okay, I'm just going to, we are on the last section of the presentation. After this, I'm going to open the floor for questions. How can you get started on Glyphic? So we offer two modes of operation, which one is the do it yourself and do it for me. Do it yourself is more like a SaaS service that we provide. So what we do is we give you the platform access. We do a we do a basic setup for you. We set up your entire platform. We do an onboarding conversation with you, and we share the resources with you. But from there, you can take it forward from there, and you're able to build your bot on the platform, and we're there to support you with anything that you need through the Discord channel. And we also host weekly support hours where we hold a call. If you have any questions on the bot itself, you can come online. Every Thursday it happens from 3 to 4. You can come online and get your doubts solved. So that's how we have been supporting NGOs in the SaaS model. In the do it for me, this is more like a consulting mode. If you want us to work on the platform end to end, you want to give us the entire access, and you want us to work on it. So this is where we support NGOs. We take control of the entire platform, and we help you build those conversations and build the chatbot. Okay, let's talk about the setup. So for you to get started on Glyphic, you need two things. One is the phone number which you're going to use for the bot, and the other is the Facebook Business Manager account verification, which is a mandatory step which you have to do. And once these two are there, we help you set up. You set up your Gupshup account. We help you create. We create the platform for you and share it with you. Then you can go ahead and design those conversations on the bot. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that is it from my side. I'm just going to stop share my screen and we'll take questions now.
Hi, Sneha. This is Shubhendu from Transform Schools. So my question is like in Glyphic, the data analysis part is like outsourced, like we are using Google Data Studio or something. So is that uh, part of the Glyphic only, or we have to just get a subscription for that also? Like,
Okay,
yeah.
so Shubhendu, for that one, what happened? So we help NGOs set up their Google Data Studio, but
Okay.
now there is a subscription, like a small fee attached to Google Data Studio, which the organization has to bear.
Okay, that will be through Glyphic only, or we have to
That
just
is through,
separately?
yeah,
Yeah.
separately. So that's what NGOs have to take care of.
Okay.
Okay. How long would the hand-holding support be? Hand-holding, Suraj, in what sense? Like, so initially we do an onboarding conversation. So once you say, hey, you're ready for Glyphic, we do 1 hour onboarding conversation. We also help you with setting up your Facebook verification process in place. We help you with the Facebook verification piece as well. And once you are ready to, begin your journey on Glyphic, we then offer, active support through Discord channels. So that's how it's been like. So
Uh,
did I answer your question?
thank you, Sneha, for the session, and thank you for the answer. That actually answers the question partially. For example, you explained there are two models in which Gleaflike provides support. Number one would be the do-it-yourself model. Number two was the do-it-for-me model. So
Correct.
in do-it-for-me, for example, the Gleaflike account for us has been set up, and how long the consultation support be? And just in case if we need more support at some point of time, for example, let's say after a quarter or after half a year, so would the support still be available in that case?
Yes, it will be available. So for consulting mode, what happens is we agree to certain requirements that you have in place, right? And depending on those requirements, we say, hey, these many hours our team will be there to help you get your chatbot up and running. And we agree on like certain hours that we'll be working on your project, and basis that apart from that, we also like, you can anytime reach out to us for any support that you have with respect to your bot.
Okay. Thank you. Just one more thing. With the chat flows would be devised and curated by Glyphic in that case, or we have to initiate and design the chat flows ourselves.
Sorry, Suraj, I did not understand your question. Can you
The
just repeat?
chat flows, for example, in do-it-yourself model, I understand the chat flows would be designed by us only.
Correct.
And for do-it-for-me model, would the chart flows be designed by Glyphic for us? As in, we just give the prompts and you design it for us?
Yes, you tell us what content you want to put. We'll help you in
Okay.
putting that content on the board.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much.
Sneha, that includes making of designs and everything also. Like when you mean like you'll help us put content, following to what Suraj is asking, in the conversation flows, if your team is helping us, like you mean like say like the example that you showed on Quest Alliance, those
Yeah.
graphics, and also your team can do that.
So are you talking about designing those graphics?
Yes.
So for designing those graphics, that is something a content piece, and which we ask the NGOs to work on those.
Okay.
And if they can give us that content to us, we can, then just put it on the platform. Yeah. So Quest Alliance has actually worked with one of our one of our partners, Uloy Labs, and they have helped us, help them in designing the bot and make it more interactive.
You bring in a media house.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I have one more question. So what we do is actually mentoring programs on an Android and a web app right now. So at the beginning of the mentorship, it is like independent users, like mentor and mentees. At one point of time, they both get matched. So right now, the conversations at the beginning level, it happens one-on-one through the direct ones. But once they got matched, it will be a group where the mentor and mentee is. So maybe like can you help me understand some light into like how can we use bot in the group conversations?
Okay. So as of now, Glyphic is more like a one-on-one communication platform. So through the communication platform, you can, get information, get them mapped to a particular mentor. But mentor-mentee communication won't be possible because because the person is actually interacting with the bot, but not with a mentor, basically.
Okay. Yeah, like there are some like in the use case too, like where you actually explained about digital green. That is something that we will also have. Let's say when the mentor and mentee starts, like we would like to have them like say, do you want us to support with the plan? Which session I can do for the month? Where can I find this? These are like little FAQs that they'll ask in common itself. So I was actually thinking that if there is not possibility, then we can do it as only one-on-one. Right now, this type of conversations happen by the pair manager who will be part of that conversation itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Got it.
Hello. So I
Oh,
had a question. Okay, you can go ahead. No.
no, please, you go ahead, sir. You go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So hello, ma'am. Thank you for your presentation. And I'm from Landhan, India, NGO, and I'm just wanted using Glyphic for a lot of purposes here. And I just wanted to scale up it a little bit. And you just gave an example of this digital green who are using this voice-based chatbot. So I just wanted to know the use case or what is the scope that is providing that is being provided by this feature. So because we had a similar requirement here also. So just wanted to know their use case right now for which purpose they are using. It is just this just voice to text or something else is also happening.
Sure. Okay. We have Vivek here with us. Vivek has been actively working with the digital green on their use case. Vivek, can you take that question and just share about the feature?
Sure. Hi, Asim. So their use case was that they were trying to connect with the farmers, and the farmers were based from the south, and they have a very specific language. And also the literacy rate of to understand the tag and then use the WhatsApp in a sense to its like best was low. So what they find out that the farmers are like comfortable talking to the bot, like sending a voice note. So
Yes.
for example, if they want to, if the digital green wants to know from where this farmer is, their district or their mandal. So the question was like, which mandal do you belong? Please, like, say the name of your mandal. And they were sending a voice note to the bot. Apparently, we also had an integration because we need a platform who can, translate this voice to text, and then the bot can move forward as per the text the text that gets generated from the platform.
Yeah.
So Navana Tech is the company that Digital Green got connected with as a partner, and our tech team got involved with Navana Tech. We shared the samples of voice with Navana Tech, and that's how that integration was in place. That the farmer used to send a voice note. That voice note used to get to the Navana Tech, and from the Navana Tech, Glyphic used to receive the text format.
Okay. And showing the text to the farmer again in his language.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in their own regional language.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thanks. Yeah.
Hi Sneha, Ashwini here from Praja Foundation, and it was a very nice presentation. Thank you for that. So I have particularly two questions. One is, can you elaborate more on how we can use this bot for one-way communication for, say, promotional activities like sending newsletters and invitations like that? Can you elaborate more on that?
Sure. Okay. So WhatsApp is basically a two-way communication. WhatsApp chatbot is basically a two-way communication platform in this case. And we generally suggest that it should be used as a two-way communication platform only. So that what happens is, I'll tell you, what happens is when it's used as a one-way communication, when you are pushing content to your users, there might be chances that they might not be interested in the information that's being shared, Ashwini. So
Okay.
like sending repeated messages to them where they're not interacting with the bot, they might, flag your bot and they might say, hey, it's a spam, right? And that actually leads to getting the bot banned. So that's what we have been like asking organizations to use it as a two-way communication platform so that your services don't get flagged. So it's ideal to use it as a two-way communication platform where you're sending relevant content to them, but you're also engaging them back into the content that's being shared. So if you're sharing newsletter, maybe there's some elements that you want them to interact with and maybe take them to a program from there. So that would still make more sense rather than just using it as a one-way communication platform.
Okay, so understood. So the conversation needs to be built in that manner that it will be the two-way communication.
Yeah, I mean, it should be useful and it should be part of your program in some way. It should be part of your program so that you can then share relevant content to them.
Yes, agree, totally. So our second question is, can you elaborate more on the subscription, like whether it is monthly or yearly, and what will be the cost?
Sure. Okay. So it's a monthly subscription fee. And for the monthly subscription fee, we have a 7,500 per month charge. I'm just going to share the link here with you on the pricing details. So it's a monthly subscription fee, and you have to pay 7,500 per month to use the services. And we also there's a one-time setup fee which is 15,000 that we charge in the beginning, where we help you set up your platform, do the onboarding conversation, help you with the process. So these are the majorly two expenses apart from the WhatsApp conversational charges. So you can have a look at the pricing page here, which I've shared on the chat window.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. That was helpful.
I have two hands raised. Varsha, do you want to go first?
Yeah, thank you, Sneha. I just wanted to understand more on NLP feature. I just missed, I guess, some of it.
Okay. Yeah. I can share a bit on NLP, and I have team members who can actually, share more on that. So one of our NGO partners, Suno, has used NLP in the past, and what they have done is the user would record an audio saying, let's suppose I'll give a very basic example. User is saying hello to you, and that hello can be in a very different tone, different language for that particular user, and he records hello and sends it to you. Now through NLP, this gets converted into text. What the user is saying, the hello, gets converted into text. You have a list of different keywords which matches to this particular list, and basis that the bot will then again understand this person is actually saying hello, and then it would respond back with a response, like a response to that message through the platform. So that's how Suno has used it. Vivek, if you have anything to add on the NLP feature, you can add.
I think on a broad level, this was the use case, and they used Dialogflow to integrate it with get the benefits for the NLP feature in Glyphic.
Okay, thank you so much for the clarification.
Hi, Ride, you have a question? Yeah.
So I was actually going to ask the same question that the previous person asked, but there was a second question where I want to know how many Indian languages does it cover with accuracy, most of the NLP use cases, and more importantly, how does the platform enable us to design conversational flows for NLP? Because you're I think we're not we're giving people option to give open-ended responses, so it might be more difficult to design those flows.
Sneha, do you want me to take this?
Ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
You have there. So currently we are connecting with Dialogflow, Google Dialogflow, for like enabling NLP for the Glyphic platform. So it majorly includes all the major Indian languages like Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Marathi, Gujarati, etc. So the way it works is like you have to train the Dialogflow. Again, the conversations that you build, like the responses, like you have to keep on training the Dialogflow so that the Dialogflow's confidence gets built and the responses that it gives to the users is more accurate, or it's identifying the user inputs accurately and giving the right response. So it depends a lot on how much are you training the Dialogflow. So like more inputs that you give, like more like this is something which we call as intent. So you train the bot with the intent, say like, hey, if these are the 100 sentences, like if you give 100 sentences, the bot's confidence would be in a better position compared to if you are training the bot with say 10 sentences. So it depends a lot on how much you are training the bot, or you are adding those sentences for the bot to understand the patterns. Was I able to answer your question?
Yeah, definitely. If there is some more time, like, are there any like use cases that like in the career guidance space, not skilling, but particularly career guidance, that the platform might have been used for in the past?
So we don't have exactly in the lines of career guidance, but we have a use case in one of the educational NGOs. The way they have used this
KP, can I answer on that one? So
yeah.
Are you talking about just career guidance, or you're talking about career guidance with NLP? Because NLP is more like a feature.
So generally, not NLP.
Generally. Okay. So it's been used by two organizations. One is Antarang. Antarang has been using it for career guidance, making sure that the students are able to create career plans on the bot. So that's one use case. There's also another organization, Alhomora Education Foundation, and they have been using the bot to send information to students on the basis of they're sending information to students on what sort of career they want to pursue in the skilling space. So that's what they have been doing. I mean, I can share some links with you on the Antarang piece, how they have been using. But yeah, so majorly for Alomora, what they're saying is, hey, they're asking some basic question to the user. They're saying, hey, can you tell me which sector do you want to pursue, and it will give them an option of like 10-15 sectors: education, healthcare, and other things. Basis that it will share information relevant to the user, saying, hey, do you want to do a short-term skilling course? Do you want to do a 3-month-long skilling course, or do you want to do 6 months long skilling course? And student can then pick a 3-month-long skilling course, and it will give them options of different skilling courses available in that particular region. So that's also into a career exploration, career space.
Got it. Can you just spell Alomora? Like
I'll just type it out in the chat window.
Thank you.
Okay, Etosha.
Hi, Sneha. Just one quick question. I was just going through the pricing that you have shared. So there's something mentioned as like up to 250K messages, up to 10 staff. What do you mean by 10 staff?
So, okay. So 10 staff means the platform access will be given to up to 10 staff, which is included in that pricing. For basically 10 staff members can control the platform, has access to the platform. That is what it means.
Staff members means from the organization.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah.
Hey Nidhi, do you want to go next?
It means, sorry, Faiza here from Bellextra. So, right, as you said, 10 staff means it is only limited to 10 people from the organization?
No, it's not limited to 10. It means for any number of staff members above 10, you have to pay for that one particular staff member. I think it's 150 per staff member per month.
Okay.
You can have any number of staff members control your bot.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hi. I just had a follow-up question regarding the conversational chatbots, from like the same thing that Hriday asked. So Krishnapriya mentioned that you have to kind of train the chatbot, providing it with some amount of data. I wanted to know what is the support that Glyphic provides with that? Like, do you have the capability to provide data sets for different languages to train these conversational chatbots?
Okay. KP, do you want to take this?
Yeah, I'll take this up. So, is it Nidhi that asked the question? Yeah. Hi, Nidhi. So, Nidhi, every data that you get on the bot, like it's being bot initiated or any information that comes on the bot, every data comes on BigQuery. So, like you have access to all the data that comes to your bot. So we will help you, like you have the access to it, like you can easily put it on any format that you want, like CSV, Google Sheets, etc. So you can pull the data, relevant data from there, and you can train the bot. Glyphic would definitely be there to support you at every point. But generally you have access to all the data. That is not a problem. That shouldn't be a problem for you.
Just to clarify, you're saying that the data that any bot I create, the data that comes in for that, I'll have access.
Yes.
My question was more regarding like the training of the bot initially. So if I want to create a conversational chatbot, I'll have to like teach it with a bunch of, like, let's say 100 sentences or something. So my question was, will Glyphic be able to provide support in that space? Like, if let's say I don't have expertise in Malayalam and I need support in providing the chatbot with 100 sentences in Malayalam, will Glyphic be able to provide that support as well?
As of now, no.
Okay.
So Nidhi, are you saying for designing the conversational flow, the content, you want to do it in a particular language and you would need support in that particular language? Like, how would that content
so for a conversational chatbot where the user is, let's say, giving very open-ended responses, like, for example, like Hriday mentioned, for a bot that helps with career guidance, and it has to be more a conversation. So the bot has to be able to understand like just regular language, how someone is talking. So if I want to train that in a language that I don't have the expertise in, that's kind of what I'm asking.
Don't have the expertise in. Okay. Okay. So generally what happens is, I mean, you are going to design those conversational flows, and students or the users have an option to opt in for a particular language, and you need to have those content in place, whatever content you plan to put on the bot. So there's no sort of like a training of the bot. It's more like whatever content you put on the bot for a particular question, you can just, whenever user comes to that message, he will get that response in that particular language. So that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to have the content in place when you are creating the conversational flow. So if you have content in that particular language, you can put it up, and you can have and then you can just see it in the preview window and see how the bot is being used.
Got it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Here, I'll just take one question from the chat window. Dimple, we don't have anything on parenting or early childhood space.
Can I add here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of right now. Yeah.
So, Dimple, we have two organizations who are working in this space. One is Key Education Foundation, and the second one is 1 Billion Literates Foundation. And they majorly use, and we have three organizations actually. We have those education as well. So they use in 2 to 3 ways. Like, one, to interact with the parents, like to send the content to the parents on how they can educate or engage their children every day to teach certain important early childhood concepts. So majorly one for communication with the parents is what they use for. Two, 1 Billion Literates Foundation use it actually to send English, like, so they have a program where they teach English to children in the schools, and this chatbot is like a after school part where they send extra questions or like homeworks for the children to practice at home. So that's about that they have designed for the children in the early childhood like age group, where they send certain questions to the children which the kids have to answer every single day to practice their English learning skills. So parents and children are majorly communication to parents and children is something which they use. Those is also exploring to interact with Anganwadi workers, where they can share content with the Anganwadi workers and take updates from them, etc. So yeah, these are the 3 organizations who are actively using for 3 different users.
Okay, thank you, Krishna, thank you, Sneha. Just one more question, Sneha. I think you had mentioned regarding the extensive documentation that you'll be sharing. So you'll be sharing a link, or will it be post this call on email or something?
I'll just share the link here with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Suraj, can you? Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you, Sneha. I have 2 questions. Number one is about the Google Data Studio. Will you provide the training for that as well? For, the staff members will be using the platform to get well versed with the Google Data Studio. And the second one is, for example, if a particular conversational flow requires the user to connect with the organization at a personal level, for example, a call or maybe some texting, will that also be provided? Is that a feature?
Okay. Yeah. So to answer your first question, so we have our documentation in place to how can you connect your Google Data Studio with your data with Glyphic platform, and we also have some template reports ready for you. So you can connect Google Data Studio with the template reports, and you can then customize it basis your requirements. So we don't customize it for you, but this is something which you can do it by yourself. I'm just going to share the report here. This is how a Google Data Studio template report looks like. So you can just customize this one. Okay. And sorry, Suraj, I forgot your second question.
Oh, it's all right. So, connecting with a real user if a particular conversation requires that.
Yeah. Okay. So what basically functions? So there are some automated conversations which you are having with the user, but there's always an option to take them to a person from your team, so that the user don't feel that they're getting stuck with the bot, and they have some sort of like personal connect. And you can always say, hey, I am Sneha from Waste Warrior Society, and I want to understand if there are any challenges you are facing on the bot or anything. Like depending on the program itself, you want to have a check-in with the user, you can have that through the bot. So those sort of manual messaging exchange can also happen from the platform.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Just share the GitHub link. Krishna, can you just share share the documentation link here?
I'll do so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we are at the end of the session.
Sneha, one doubt.
Yeah.
I'm Saij from Many Together. So we have multiple programs running within our organization. So based on users' inquiry, is there a possibility of directing that user directly to the respective team member who's in charge of?
Yes. So at the backend, like at the platform, in the platform itself, so whenever a user goes to a particular message, you can then put tags of your team member there, so that query will then go to your particular team member, and your team member can look at that particular query. So that is something like tagging of messages is something that is possible, and you can tag team members who can take it up from there. So that's possible.
Great. And it will be considered as separate licenses.
Sorry?
It will be considered as separate licenses? Because
no, it's just the same. Team member who already have the access of the platform, I think.
Okay, so everything will be one single WhatsApp number.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a request, can you share the recording with us? Because I missed some part in the start.
Sure, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Thank you.